Me no makwa sa asempa kania. Se me nam na meti asempa na mo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyem bia what ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Se wo ka se door to door for no de na e watwa. E sense obi ne wa wo say wo ho sa door to door business nim. Wo nneoma wo UK a wo de kɔ Ghana. Ana se Germany a wo de kɔ Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks e be kwa kodu nipa ne puna no say try. Na de mo demonstration wo say adwuma de we mu ne say wo ho bo no. E da fom say bɔkɔ. ANS Trading Agency Limited. E wo air freight special service. And nneoma ne ye de be fa plane. Entintempa na akwa kodu. Obetima fa sa pra we ya so de nneoma free Ghana akwa UK ana Germany. FGG dem which na also agina ye na men drop bomb. ANS Trading Agency Limited pe and a 40 footer any 20 footer container. Ya for UK ediko Ghana ana Germany ediko Ghana. Omo manuoma ye mere import o export o dem there for you. Omo Ghana na money 0249 170 423. UK has over free 0790 802 7527. Germany 09173 771 2733. Ubenya ANS Trading Agency Limited. Our West Croydon ANS Trading Agency Limited. Quantum Brantem. Wana beboya baso. Maybe next time in your fill up from the bebro.
What's the point? What's this? How do you come and tell all of us Ghanaians that we are either not... I don't know what he means. You are telling the people of Ghana that you are renting a house in a place like this. This is our depiction of Airport Hills. We are hearing all sorts of things about Airport Hills, that they don't even have a rent policy. They don't allow rent. And then Samia Ablakwa comes to Vetten and tells Ghana that he, the young, brilliant guy, 40 years old, he has been renting a property at Airport Hill. So what does he say journalists doing? All journalists are now finding out what is the rent of property at Airport Hills. There's a high suspicion that he was not telling the truth. And I'll show you my interview with Afenyo Makin coming up on this show and you see it. Also, Ransford Jampo is at Shippers Council. I've had a conversation with him. I have a major editorial on the Ransford Jampo conversation. We'll come to that in a minute. Okay, so this is Ablakwa's, this is the depiction of Airport Hills. Every house in Airport Hills doesn't have those houses that, lends itself to rent, like flat apartments and that kind of thing. Every house is a huge, big house. 65% of the houses have swimming pool. Those who don't have swimming pool have courtyard. They are beautiful houses. It's one of Ghana's showpiece. Congratulations to the people who did it. That is where Samia Ablakwa lives. It's the choicest place to live. Then he comes to Parliament and says, I've been living there for 8 years and renting for 8 years. This is the chairman of Operation Recover or Loot, who is now giving people suspicion about where he gets his money. I don't have any suspicion about it because I understand that politicians get favors. Not just politicians, Unilever chairman will get favor, Guinness managing director will get favor, Airtel MD of Coca-Cola, people get favors. So you have been a minister for 8 years, under Professor Mills 4 years and Professor John Mahama 4 years. You are likely to get a favor. If you have a house at Airport Hills, tell us that this is the favor I got. But you come to tell the whole world that we are all something. So you tell us that you are renting a property. Let's go to the figures of the rent and see what it is. Let's go to the figures. Sammy, this is not good. You really disappointed everyone who really loves you. This is terrible. And my concern is the people who work with him. I've been in that situation before, working with ministers who are going to Vetten. I've done that before. I've done that more than once. So you are working with people going to Vetten, you anticipate the questions, and then you look at it. You don't create questions that make people feel that you are telling them that they are children, that you are looking at all of us, our face. When Sami was nominated for foreign ministry, I saw that he did two important things that were very good. He went to see Obeda Samoa. That one is NDC. It's very good, but you can even overlook it. The one that was actually very good was going to see Ambassador D.K. Osei. I thought those were excellent. Now, Sami, you are looking at Dr. Obeda Samoa, Ambassador D.K. Osei, Ambassador Victor Beho, all of these people, and the Ghanaian people who are watching you, that you are our new foreign minister, and you are telling us that you are renting at Airport Hills for 8 years. You don't own a house in the world. You are only renting, and your place of choice of rent is the most expensive address in Accra. That is the place that you choose to rent a house, and you have been renting it for 8 years, and you live there with your family, and you are renting it. How? What are you telling us, Honorable Foreign Minister? What are you telling us? What are you telling us? That you are renting. This is the avatar of anti-corruption. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa is the avatar of anti-corruption. This is the guy who says he has saved by his anti-corruption measures X millions of dollars to Ghana. It may be true, and I congratulate him for that. But here it is. When you mount the podium, you are telling all of us that you don't care about us, you don't care about how we think, you don't care about our sentiments. We should go to hell because you are renting a property for 8 years as a member of parliament. 8 solid years you are renting. Put the figures up. Let's see what the rent is looking like. So Google rent at Airport Hills, viewers. And then, okay, so this is A Hills, our depiction of it. Now, here it is. So assuming that Honorable Ablakwa is paying 8,000 cedis a month. Now, from our search, Airport Hills, if you want to rent it, we know nobody's renting, but if you want to rent it, you look at the value of the house, the things in the house, and the estate managers calculated for us that if you look at a basic house in Airport Hills, your rent should be between $6,000 and $10,000 a month. Okay, so we went to take the middle. We took $8,000 a month. So at $8,000 a month, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa told the appointments committee that he's renting at Airport Hills. The appointments committee is yes to obtain his tenancy agreement, but we are assuming what the tenancy agreement could be based on what we see at Airport Hills. Honorable is on $8,000 a month for rent. He's paying that to his landlord. That's Honorable's landlord, pretty emoji, and that's Honorable. Okay, let's move on. Honorable's rent should, for a year, if he's paying that a month, should be 96,000 United States dollars. That's Honorable. That's how much Honorable Samuel Okudzeto pays to his landlord as rent per year, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and this year I'm sure he has already paid 24. He pays 96,000 a month. That's Honorable Ablakwa. That's what he told Parliament, and this is what we are deducing from it. All right. Next is that Parliament pays Honorable Ablakwa 15,000, and 15,000 cedis a month is what Honorable gets. Quite a decent salary, I have to say. Many Ghanaians don't get that. Assuming that 15,000 is $1,000, and the rent over 8 years is over 8 years. Now, if we make 15,000 $1,000 from whenever it was paid. Now you have to put in the gaps, you know, when we do an equation, the gaps in it, because 15,000 was not always $1,000, you understand? But the value of $1,000 was always what 15,000 can buy. You get it, viewers. Whatever $1,000 could buy then, it can buy it now, but the $1,000 then was reading 5,000 today to read 15,000. So we've taken care of all of that. All of that put together, we will assume that he's paying $768,000 as his salary, at $786,000, and his salary for 8 years is $96,000. So we're asking the question, how did he make ends meet? This is the reason why people are saying that the special prosecutor should come into the conversation. I don't know. I'm not interested in going and take him special prosecutor, but the sheer disrespect for Ghanaians. That's what I'm concerned about. That the young man who is doing quite well in politics, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, will come to. This is not the first time Ablakwa has been at the appointments committee. This is not the first time he's been at the appointments committee. We've forgotten. They were all at the appointments committee in 2013. But the MPP boycotted because they were fighting Akufo-Addo's election petition. So MPP boycotted. That's why we don't remember. Ablakwa has been at vetting before. He was there. I want to see it. He was there. He was being vetted for. He's been to vetting twice already. 2009, he was vetted for Deputy Minister of Information, and 2013, he was vetted for Deputy Minister of Education. He's been there twice already. 2013, one we don't remember. 2009, I was there. 2013, I was there too. This is not the first time he's being vetted, so he's quite familiar with vetting, and he knows that he's speaking under oath. And then you come under oath and come and tell us, all the Ghanaian people, that you, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, you are renting. You are renting at Airport Hills for that amount of money. So, I mean, it is this. I was embarrassed. Not because it has nothing to do with NDC or MPP. No. But why will a young man come and tell? I mean, look at all the people in Ghana. Politicians, your seniors in politics, your juniors in politics, the chiefs, Asante Hene, Gamanche, Yan, all these people are interested in the nomination, the appointments hearing, and the nomination hearings of the Minister for Foreign Affairs to be. All of these people are interested. If you are Asante, you are interested in who is going to be the Foreign Minister of Ghana. If you are Yana, you are interested in who is going to be the Foreign Minister of Ghana. If you are the judge, Domahini, You are interested in who wants to be president, who has been nominated by the president to be foreign minister. And Ablakwa knew that all of these important people, non-important people, rank and file, everybody in Ghana is interested in who is our foreign minister. You come and sit at the appointment committee on all television networks and almost insults the intelligence of people by telling them that you are renting a house at Airport Hills for 8 years. You are renting. I mean, why? How? Anyway, no problem. No problem. We're here. We're here. We can't do much. We can't do much. Franklin Kujo had something to say about this, didn't he? What did he say? Here's Franklin Kujo. He said, the failure of some nominees to prove their sources of finance apart from their salaries as MPs says a lot about campaign financing in Ghana. They all win safe seats. How? Dennis Asare is being asked, or Franklin Kujo's statements attributed to Dennis Asare. He said, this is Franklin. Honorable Alexander shows leadership again. Secondly, it is interesting that the chairman of Oral wouldn't be allowed by the vetting committee chairman to discuss his properties openly, but can discuss others in the open. This is the problem. Thank you very much, Franklin Kujo. Thank you. Imani, I was going to call out civil society. That has civil society not heard that the foreign affairs minister says that he has been renting a plush property with his own money for 8 years, amounting to almost $1 million. That's what the foreign minister says. That's what he told Parliament, that he doesn't own a house. He doesn't want to own a house, but he chooses to pay rent at the most expensive address in Ghana. That's what he told his 40 years old, brilliant young man. He chooses to pay rent at the most expensive address in Ghana, and he's the one. Let me read Franklin Kujo again. He says, Honorable Alexander shows, that's Afenyo Makin is referring to. Honorable Alexander shows leadership again. Secondly, it is interesting that the chairman of Oral wouldn't be allowed by the chairman of the committee, the first deputy speaker, the Right Honorable Ahiafo. He will not allow the people, the vetting committee, for the chairman of Oral to discuss his properties openly. But the chairman of Oral has a role to discuss other people's properties. Ablakwa discusses everybody's properties unless he doesn't know it. And he comes to tell the Ghanaian people that, oh, I don't care what you think. I'm renting the house. What will you do? If I'm not renting, whose money is lost? That thing they do. When politicians, they do that and you catch them, they say, whose money is lost? That's what they do. That's what Ablakwa is saying. He's telling all of us that we all should go and to sleep somewhere. He is renting a house at Airport. What will you do? You can't do anything about it. But I felt sad that, when young people, he's a brilliant young man, 40 years old, foreign minister. This is what we need. This is what we need. This is what we all need. But you don't come as foreign minister at this time, which is what we need, and come and insult us this way. Come and just insult the whole everybody. You come and insult everybody. You tell us, Ghanaians, that's you, foreign minister. You are renting a house at Airport Hills for 8 years. Almost $1 million is what you have paid to your rent, and you don't want to own a house. You don't own it. $1 million can do about 8 homes or 9 homes. $1 million can build about 9 homes. Ask the people who do real estate. $1 million, I can build about 9 homes with swimming pool. He says that he has committed that money to rent. He has paid rent. He doesn't own a house, he's paid rent. I think that's for whatever it's worth, Sami should come back and apologize and do his foreign ministry work. We will all support him. He's our youngest foreign minister. We will support him. Why not? But he should come out and say, I could have said it in a different way. I didn't say it the way I should have said it. It's okay. Everybody will leave it. We are here to move Ghana forward. We are not here to pull Ghana back. We are here to move Ghana forward. And Ghana has a government. And the government is in place. Why do you come and tell us this story? I'm renting. And now, as the checks continue, people are finding out the owner of the property. There are allegations that the property belongs to your younger sister. It is too messy. What is this? That the property now belongs to your younger sister. That's what they're alleging. That Airport Hills people, they don't do rent. What is this? Who was advising them? And I don't see how complicated this should be. You are going to vetting. You live at Airport Hills, which is the address that you have used. You go to vetting, say, yes, I live at Airport Hills. The house is for me. When I was a minister, I had somebody who helped me to get the land. Another person helped me to build the house. I was so young. Everybody appreciated my age, youth, and also working very hard. Professor Mills all the time talked to me about how he was grateful for Sami Ablakwa's service to his government. When I met Professor Mills, he told me that, have you seen Sami? Oh, he's doing so well. That's what Professor Mills said to me. He was Deputy Minister of Information. In fact, I called him. If he would remember, David Lamptey got me to call him and we started talking. Because Professor Mills spoke to me, David Lamptey was there. He said, have you seen your man, Ablakwa? I'm so happy with him. Ablakwa was Deputy Minister at the time. He wasn't even the minister. So yes, at that time, young man, 20-something, 30-something, people will help you. So you can tell the appointment committee the truth. That people helped me and I got it. It's not normal for a person like me to have Airport Hills, but I had grace. I was blessed. I got some businessmen who helped me. Who in the appointments committee will fall to this? Which Ghanaian will fall to this? Which Ghanaian will say no? But if you come and tell us a property that you own, that you are renting, and you've been renting it to the point of $1 million, oh boy, Ablakwa. Why? Why, Sami? Why? Why? You can't do this. You can't bring down the blue flag. And people who don't know the blue flag, I'm going to show it to you. Sami, you are bringing down the blue flag. We can't do that. We are in different political persuasions. No problem about that. But we have the blue flag. We have to focus on the blue flag and make it work. Why? Oh, we have to take our places in the future of our country. That's how we're raised. Take our places in the future of our country. Here you are, taking the place as the first pre-sec foreign minister. 40 years old. Fantastic. And then you come and tell the Ghanaian people that you are renting a house. You who has been standing on your high horse screaming about Brian Champon is a thief, this one is a thief, everybody's a thief. You have been renting a house for 8 years at almost $1 million. Almost $1 million. Almost $1 million. 15 minutes past the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. I'm coming on to Ransford Jampo right now. Don't go anywhere. What can I do? He's my brother. I can't do anything about it. He's my brother. You can't choose your brother. You know, you can choose your friends, but I can't choose this is my brother. Not my friend. So what do I do? In the circumstances, like, I'm so embarrassed. People have been calling, you see your man? You see your man? I said, ooh, what are we going to do about this? But Sami, why? Why? This is simple. You just tell the Ghanaian people that somebody gave it to me or whatever. If they ask you that who gave it to you, tell them that Zoom Lion gave it to me. They are going to ask Zoom Lion that did you give Sami a house? He will say, yes, I did. What are you going to do about that? But don't come and tell the Ghanaian people a story that makes the Ghanaian people feel that this guy, what does he take us for? What does this guy take us for? You can't do that. But as I said, he's my brother. I can't help it. So we have prepared a montage for him.
I'm not too sure that anybody can take away some of his strengths. Articulate, eloquent, exhibit some knowledge in some areas and others. But I think he should also watch his temperament. Just because there is a perception that he is needlessly aggressive, controversial, combatant, and if I may say, an arrogant. Just because, and we saw a bit of it at the vetting. And just because I said it with all objectivity. I'm not taking a swipe at him. When I had the privilege of being nominated as a minister, Mr. Speaker, I had a rare privilege of being nominated at the age of 37. And I took a lot of advice from senior colleagues in this house. I took a lot of advice from statesmen in the country. And even all through my career as a minister, I sought a lot of guidance and wisdom. And Mr. Speaker, in all humility and modesty, I will say that is how I survived the 4 years as minister. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, whatever happens to my brother today, I think he should walk into the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization. Some of his senior colleagues who have had the experience of ministerialship will give him the same advice. He should go there and be calm. He should listen more than he talks. He should not exhibit, exuberance and be dismissive. Just because, and when you err, either to your chief director or civil servants or junior officers, just as the minority leader quite graciously and wisely did, you just say, I'm sorry. Nothing. There's nothing that takes that. Now, it doesn't take anything away from you. My brother and friend, the Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, talks about conviction. Yes, we all believe in the politics of conviction and not convenience. But when you are unfair to people, as I believe he was, you apologize. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude, Mr. Speaker. Let me conclude, still on the matter of communication, and say that what has happened to some of our colleagues is just a question of standards. Mr. Speaker, it's a question of standards. And let us all be careful. Maybe that advice goes to people like us on this side of the divide, even more than it goes to them. Just because they say when you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones. It's a wise saying. When you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones. And let's be careful when we are in opposition, what we say and do, and the standards we set. Today, my friend, the Honorable Sam George himself, who is popularly sometimes referred to as Jata. That's because the Jata and Lion today, he himself, is now in the pocket of his wife, on his own admission. And Mr. Speaker, why is at it? Mr. Speaker, why is at it? Mr. Speaker, why is at it? Mr. Speaker, that is what, Mr. Speaker, that is what the kind of politics we do in opposition can do to us. Mr. Speaker, that is what the kind of politics we do in opposition can do to us. And Mr. Speaker, why is at it? The Honorable Sam George, as an elder of the Perez Chapel, not a member, as an elder of the Perez Chapel, and as somebody who espouses his Christian values, should also be mindful of what he watches when he's in Parliament. He should be mindful of that as well, especially when serious business is being conducted in the House. Mr. Speaker, today it will appear that my brother will have some explanation. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader, who is a senior in this house and a senior brother, that I take counsel from him, I mean, in private and in public. And I've also listened to our very distinguished minority leader, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader has indicated that the subject matter for which reason I gave the advice is not verified. This is a statement coming from the majority leader, that it is not verified. Mr. Speaker, to that extent, I unreservedly withdraw and apologize to my brother Sam George. No difficulty with that. Mr. Speaker, but in so saying, Mr. Speaker, I think it goes to reiterate the point I was making in my submission, Mr. Speaker, that, Mr. Speaker, fairness and justice is a basis of nobility, not weakness. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, the gentlemanness expressed and exhibited by the minority leader, and in all modesty myself, it goes to our friend, the nominee, as well. Mr. Speaker, he unfairly, and he's been captured in this report, he unfairly attacked the Chief Justice, and he's been called upon to apologize. He will not. Mr. Speaker, he attacked the president. He attacked the former president. He's called upon to apologize, and he will not. Mr. Speaker, so I want to conclude. Mr. Speaker, why are they afraid of a debate with a micro minority? Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by saying that I wish my brother very well. I don't know what his fate will be. I see he's very pensive. He's very anxious. And little did I know that he can be subdued. Little did I know that he can be subdued. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude by reiterating the advice. Mr. Speaker, when you are in opposition, be careful what you say. Be careful the standards you set. Mr. Speaker, this government is less than 1 month old, and yet the contradictions we are seeing, the inconsistencies, and the rest. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, I wish him well, but if he gets the opportunity and ends up at the Ministry of Communication, he should watch his temperament. It will do him a lot of good. Thank you very much for the opportunity.